can never be you.
Folks, welcome to Everything Pro Wrestling. Everything Pro Wrestling is a show by the fans, for the fans. I'm your host, Conrad Cushman. I am running solo tonight. Derek was here, but Derek had to step away tonight. So we will be handling business on our own. This will be a solo dolo episode, but I appreciate all of you who are here. I am manning the controls. I am holding it down. I've got this. Come on in. I appreciate that, good sir. Rob saying Mr. Solo Dolo. He is also in the house. Appreciate you. Clown's here. Evening, everyone. What's good, Clown? Quill's in the house. What up, Conrad, Derek, and chat? Your boy, Sir Quills, is back again with my two favorite bros, Brother Conrad, Brother Derek, for another dope AEW Dynamite review. Let's get into it. Hashtag Trash Dookie. Hashtag Doodoo Butter. Hashtag EPW. Appreciate it, man. Mike Feezy in the house. What's good, Mike? Cactus, I acknowledge you, my tribal chief. I love you, Solo Kush. What's good, Cac? Appreciate you. Wild week of news here, man. If you're a wrestling video gamer for the WWE stuff, man. Absolutely insane. But we appreciate everybody who is here tonight for this episode of Everything Pro Wrestling. Got Dynamite on the horizon. We can make this an open forum, free talk, whatever you guys want to talk about. We can get into it tonight a little bit. All things are possible here when it comes down to it tonight. Tomorrow, though, Thursday, go over to Hubbard Wrestling Weekly. I'm going to put his link in the chat. It is also in the description box. You are going to want to be over there if you want to hear my preview and predictions with Sean Hubbard of Hubbard Wrestling Weekly and Jesse from the Pro Wrestling Shoot. We will be over there giving our Royal Rumble preview and predictions. I've had some time to mull it over. One of my choices has changed for one of those matches, but we're going to talk a lot about the Royal Rumble and see what we have in store for a special edition of Clash on Hubbard Wrestling Weekly. So make sure you guys are there. I appreciate all of you. Continuing with the acknowledgments here. Matt Lopez, Conrad, have you checked out Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man? Yeah, I have not, but I definitely want to. I've seen the theme and I've seen some of the clips from it, but I have not watched like the full thing yet. So I will have to make sure I try to get that in for sure. Jocelyn, we're over here live on the wonderful world of Twitch as well. She says, gotta say, Brian Cage looks better being with Don Callis. 1000% agree. You haven't heard us. I haven't given him any heck lately. No grief. Much better. Much better. And I think he just fits the group. John G, King of R&B. What's good, John G? Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for being in here. It is all love, man. Yes, Cactus is here. Hubs, I just promoted the show, brother. Just promoted the show for tomorrow. He says, what up, though? Respect, brother Conrad. Hubs is here. I appreciate you, Hubs. Jesus De Leon. What's good, man? Conrad, what happened to your... Hey, yo, come on now. I know you're an Eagles fan. Why you got to do this, man? We were over the line, bro. We were over. I hope people don't let those refs live that down, man. They cheated us, man. Cage does look better with the family. I agree. And Matt Lopez letting Cactus know, yes, Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man dropped the first 2 episodes. Pretty good, in my opinion. Can't be mad. Yeah. Jesus, they got us real bad that game. There were like 3 or 4 first downs that they moved backwards. It's strategic moves as well that was happening with it, but we'll get into all of that. With that being said, don't forget coming up, AEW Revolution. Love this artwork, by the way. Love it. AEW Revolution coming up Sunday, March 9th. Make sure that you guys are, if you're in LA, West Coast Crypto Arena, there's still tickets available for those who want to go and get it in. So make sure you guys are there for AEW Revolution. Dynasty also going to be happening Sunday, April 6th in Philadelphia. There you go, Jesus, right there for you and your team. Maybe they'll be Super Bowl champs by then. Make sure you guys go to AEWTix.com if you are interested in attending those shows. We still have All In Texas happening Saturday, July 12th at Globe Life Field. Lots of tickets. They've sold 10,000 tickets. Could be some more coming. And we also have Forbidden Door coming soon, happening August 24, 2025 in London. So be on the lookout for that as well. We got some time, though, before that happens. Tonight's card, getting into Dynamite. We had a lot happen on here. Tony Khan had me update my stuff at the last minute because it's Tony Khan. Why not, right? Why not have people doing last minute updates? Hopefully the people in Huntsville, Alabama enjoyed the show tonight. But I thank you. And before we get into it, I ask everybody, please, while you're in here, hit the like button for me. Leave a comment after the video. I don't care if you just put an emoji, put something, helps us out. Helps more people see the video, helps more people see what we're doing over here on Everything Pro Wrestling. So thank you for that. I just put up I did a WWE 2K25 video. If you want a quick 15-minute breakdown of everything that's going on with the game, it's right there for you. Make sure you check it out. I'm doing my best with a lot of stuff going on right now. I kind of mentioned it to some friends in the community and such, but hard times lately for Brother Kush. I'm just letting you know. Just a lot of stress, work, life, everything. So keep Brother Kush held down in your thoughts and prayers, man. We appreciate all of you, though. Like I said, I love my community. I love that everyone comes out and reps, rides, and loves pro wrestling. That's the key. So thank you for that, man. We're going to get into Dynamite tonight, and let's talk about it, shall we? We opened up tonight with Will Ospreay, the one and only, going up against Brian Cage, Don Callis family. Will Ospreay being in the opener is great. You can't ever really be too upset with what Will Ospreay is doing. Brian Cage has been doing much better work, and he's been getting more matches. He got a match with Kenny. Now he's in a match with Will. So they found a spot for him, and I think he's happy just to get on TV right now. So they show Kenny Omega being jumped in the back. Will Ospreay's distracted by that. Cage gets the early jump on him. Will Ospreay ends up getting the win in this match here with the Styles Clash tonight. Now, after that, Archer and Cage put a beat down on him. They jump him, obviously. As they're putting a beat down on him, here comes Don. And Kenny comes out with a steel chair. Kenny makes the save. He's beating them down with the chair. He chases them off. But that's not who their opponents are in the Don Callis family. It's Kinosuke Takeshita and Kyle Fletcher. They come out immediately after, and they put a beat down on him. It's 4-on-2. They're jamming the chair into Kenny's stomach. They celebrate. Don Callis gets his licks in. Cage had to save him because he grabbed Don's leg and he got scared. But I'm looking forward to this match. They are calling Kenny Omega and Will Ospreay the Dream Team here. Another USA basketball reference. But I thoroughly enjoyed it. I think that match is going to be a lot of fun, and it has the potential to do big things on this Grand Slam Australia card. I'm really, really looking forward to it. Let me see here. Going in, I got your back like always, brother Conrad. Stay up, bro. Thank you, Quills. Appreciate you. Yes, the Styles Clash, thing of beauty tonight. You can see how much influence AJ Styles had. Someone in the Everything Pro Wrestling Facebook group, by the way. You guys are all more than welcome to join it. If you're on Facebook, just type in Everything Pro Wrestling Group and it'll come up. And I will put my socials in the chat for you guys right now if you guys want to join in on that. But someone put in, we were talking about hip hop's big three, right? And I won't even repeat the line that I want to say, but someone said, is wrestling's big three Kenny Omega, AJ Styles, and Will Ospreay? And I said, that's an interesting question. And I want you guys just to think about that for a week. Like, are those the three biggest names for pro wrestling in the last, decade, few years, whatever you want to put? You can put whatever number you want on it. I just thought it was very interesting that they picked those three people, but great influencers, I would say, with the in-ring style and what people do today. So wanted to show love for that. Yes, Matt says that tag match is going to be nuts for Grand Slam. Absolutely. You don't want to miss out on that. And that, like I said, that is going to be happening soon. It is going to be, let me get this out the way so you guys can see when it's happening. Saturday, the 15th in Brisbane, Australia. It's going to be at the Brisbane Entertainment Center. Will Ospreay, Kenny Omega, Konosuke Takeshita, and Kyle Fletcher. Konosuke is actually double belted up. He's got the Never Openweight Championship as well for New Japan. I can't wait. Match should be straight fire. So really, really looking forward to that. Let's stay on it. Let's stay with it here and keep going through. The next thing that happened was very interesting. Hangman Adam Page. He's backstage, and you see Swerve Strickland's locker room. He looks in, and then he says he's not in there. And then he walks back out, but bumps into MJF again. They are teasing Hangman Page and MJF. And I was just like, okay, interesting. We're going back to this. To me, it always felt like the young upstart AEW feud, but they didn't say too much to each other. MJF felt disrespected by Hangman, but Hangman's on a mission for whatever the heck he's doing. So, interesting. I just wanted to point that tidbit out. And then we had Powerhouse Hobbs. If you missed Collision this week, AEW Collision was a straight up banger. Like, Collision was a really good show. And I'm talking storyline progression, character progression for some people, really good stuff. So if that's what you're into, go check out Collision. And you had some good wrestling on it. Like, I couldn't be upset. Like, Collision did a good job in trying to keep my attention away from Saturday night's main event when I was dual screening. Like, they had the two face-offs happen at the same time. We're going to discuss what happened in that momentarily, but I thought it was a really, really fun show. So if you skip Collision, I would say this week would be one to go back and check out for sure. And I know I don't show them enough love on it. Quill says Ospreay versus Cage was a good match to start the show. Ospreay got the win, then got beat down by the Don Callis family, as predicted, to build to the story to Grand Slam Australia. 1,000% correct, Quills. Adam Page wants to make amends with Swerve. Or is he looking to beat up Swerve because he still has that vendetta against him? Swerve and Hangman Page teaming up might be something one day. They might have some power in there if they can pull that off. Moving on, we get into the next matchup here, which was good old Double J. That's JEFFJARRET. Jeff Jarrett versus Claudio Castagnoli. If Jeff Jarrett wins this match against 1/3 of the Trios champions, Jeff Jarrett gets a world title shot against Jon Moxley. So he needed to win this one bad. He needed the dub. Was Double J going to be able to pull it out? Claudio was focused on Jeff Jarrett, just putting a beat down on him. Jarrett's focused on Claudio's knees. He loves that figure four leg lock. That's what he was going for throughout the match. Double J got caught in the giant swing. He looked like he had to use the bathroom when he was getting swung around like that. Claudio is just a freakishly strong person. Now, during all of this, Yuta's out there. Yuta distracts the referee. Double J gives him that old pull back right hand punch, knocks Yuta down. And right when he's going for the stroke, here comes Jon Moxley, hits a double arm DDT. Claudio hits two Gotch style neutralizers, taking out Double J, and Claudio picks up the win. I saw a lot of people hemming and hawing about, did Claudio need help to beat Jeff Jarrett? I don't know. I think they're heels, and that was the point too. But a lot of people still not feeling this Death Rider storyline. Now, later on in the show, they bring up the AEW close-up where Renee Paquette finally interviewed her husband, because they usually keep them away from each other. But they had her do an interview. She went down into, it looks like, their basement cellar. I don't know if she was telling him like the chili was ready or what, but she went down there, and Moxley and his crew are working out down there, and she interviews like each of them. And it's like 20 minutes. Each person gets about 5 minutes each. And it was just very interesting in how they set it up. You know, they all get their time to speak and talk on certain things. And I would implore people to go back and check it out. Was it enough? People said to show it on Dynamite. I still see people say they're sick of it. I just feel like they're in this no-win situation until they can win people back over and, you know, get people thinking like this is something different. This is a different vision. But they're not feeling it right now at this point in time. So tough to say. Let me know if you saw it. Did it work for you? Is it helping put the Death Riders back over with you? Do they still need more work? Are you just saying, yo, let's move forward from this and do something else? And do you break up the Death Riders as a group then? Like, because people are saying they're sick of it, or do you just not want Moxley as the world champ? Like, I have so many questions about this. Let me see here. Ooh, Quill said Collision was better than Saturday Night's main event. Real talk. I respect it. Quill says, why would Swerve want to tag with Adam Page after Page done burned down the man's house? I think we're far, far away from that, Quills. I'm just saying down the line. Remember what I'm saying. They're going to have to team up. I don't know if it's going to be by like lethal lottery or something's going to happen where they're going to have to team with each other. There's going to be some new big bad heel, and they're going to have to save this. We got to team up, bro, tonight. But I think we're a long ways from it. I still think Paige and Swerve are going to still have the war with each other. I think it's one of those, you can always go back to it, but you don't want to overdo it. So they're separating them, but they're reminding you like, remember, something may happen here. Mother Trucking Wheeler Yuta, aka Captain Planet, aka yo, come on, Matt. Needs a haircut. Nah, let Yuta grow that hair out. He's doing all right. Death Riders kept packing the sauna in the basement in full gear. Terrible. And he was still the only one not in uniform. Jarrett versus Claudio was a good match, but predictable. Trash finish with the usual Death Rider interference. First Yuta, then Mox defeat Jarrett. We know Jarrett wasn't beating Claudio anyway. Yeah, well, I think a lot of people thought Claudio was going to win. Or, excuse me, Jeff Jarrett was going to win. But it makes sense either way. I'm okay with this. Like, I think we need to just decide what are we doing with Moxley in this angle, because if this is going to All In, I don't know if it's going to work, brother. But we'll see when the plans are going to we're going to see where the plans take us with this. Let's see here. Afterwards, MJF comes out. So this is technically his segment right here. Maxwell Jacob Friedman, one of the biggest jerks in professional wrestling. He comes out there, and when Jarrett starts standing up, MJF says, and then just takes him out, clotheslines him right down. And he basically said that I respect my elders and I don't want to come out here and be the guy who say, I told you so. And then he drops the mic on him and walks away smiling because he's gloating that Jeff Jarrett lost his opportunity at the championship. We know where this is going. Revolution is going to be Double J, MJF. I think it's going to be a solid match. I think it's going to be a lot better than people are giving it credit for right now, especially. Jarrett's getting his reps in, and MJF versus Jeff Jarrett. I think it'll be okay. I'm not saying it's going to be some 5-star classic. I'm not saying it's going to be match of the year. It could be, but I can't say that till I see it, but that's not my prediction. And I'm going in to say that I think that these guys are going to deliver. I think they're both still good performers. And I know some people are doubting Jeff Jarrett because of his age, but I really, really think that they have something here that they can work with. And they got something here that they can do. That's just me talking, though. Let me see here. Jocelyn says, I wanted that close up. It made sense as to why Mox is doing what he does. It should have been made earlier. Yeah. Some people believed it helped. So Jocelyn thinks it will. Deanna, what's up? MJF will make it look good. Absolutely. Like I said, I just say have patience a little bit here with it, and hopefully they can decide what they're doing by, like, Revolution will probably give a more clear direction of where we're going with this. I mean, we all know it's probably going to be Adam Copeland getting the match against Moxley. What kind of match? I don't know, but putting it out there. Going backstage after this, we get Renee interviewing Ricochet. She lets Ricochet know that if Swerve interferes in the match tonight, he will forfeit his match next week. Ricochet gloats about that, and yes, next week it will be in Atlanta, Hotlanta. Swerve versus Ricochet, February 5th. I'm looking forward to this one. I assume this will be the main event of the show. This should be really good. I feel like they need to have a stipulation match. Like, I could see them trying to have some Lucha Underground craziness involved. Like I said, if you've never seen it, you don't know, but they could get crazy with this if they wanted to. But I don't know if they're building this up for the pay-per-view or if this is like one of those half feuds to get you to the pay-per-view. But either way, I'm here for it, and I'd like to see where the story keeps going with these two. let's get into the match, though, that Ricochet had tonight. It was Ricochet versus AR Fox, two Lucha Underground legends as well. Fox is great. Fox hits a beautiful 450 in this. I feel like maybe AR Fox is getting back in the good graces of Tony Khan. If you guys want to, you can go back to the previous All In show from 2 years ago and figure out maybe what happened there. But AR Fox was supposed to be in the match. Something happened. He got pulled. And I feel like ever since then, he's kind of been, I won't say lost in the shuffle, but he kind of got like put to Ring of Honor. You didn't see him as much on Dynamite, and he's just now starting to get back into it. So he's delivered every time. Let's see what they can do with him here. Ricochet ends up hitting a spirit gun in the vertigo, and he picks up the win on AR Fox. That was the purpose of all this. He goes and pulls out those golden scissors again, and it looks like he is about to cut up our guy AR Fox, but Swerve comes out, grabs him by the legs, and basically like, hey, what's up? And the match is over. So now Swerve's like, I'm gonna get you. He puts a beat down on him, throws him into the ring. He's about to deliver the Swerve stomp to him while Nana's out there dancing with the coffee. And what does Ricochet do? What would a punk do? He grabs AR Fox and then holds him like he's a hostage. And basically he's like, I'm rolling out. And he rolls out, and then he gets out of there, throws him down, and runs away. And Swerve just says, one more week. And that's how they built up this match. Ricochet was a great heel in this. Like, he had a chance to do a dive, and he even got me. I thought he was going to do one, and he just rolled through and was like, I'm not doing a dive for you guys. And I was like, good heel heat. So props to Ricochet, man. Remember all those people who said it didn't work? He can't be a heel. He can't talk. He can't do that. He's got people feeling something. He's doing something right here, in my opinion. I believe the close-up helped, but it should have been shown on TV. I don't think you can devote 20 minutes to it, though, on TV, Matt. That's the problem with the interview segments now. Like, I think that there's so much more commercial time than back in the day. You don't really have time to devote to that entire segment. I saw people complaining tonight that the main event, there were recaps before the main event, and I was just like, you can't please everybody. Like, I don't get it. Like, some people are like, show recaps, and other people are like, don't. I don't want to see the recaps. I want to see the match. And I'm just like, is it wrong to feel that way? Like, I'm just like, what do you want? That's what they have to be saying at some point. Yes, Ricochet AR Fox was good. Ricochet as a heel right now still has to grow on me because all now seems like a dork and a goofball. Oh, I disagree, Quills. I think that the dork and the goofball was to be what set him over the edge and doing stuff that it's like, whoa, why did you do that? Like, way too far of a reaction. Similar to if you look at Degrassi, some of that stuff that happened on there. Like, I know people were making fun of it and kind of making comparisons, but I think it's the same thing. You tried to embarrass this man, and why did you do that? Come on now. And he wasn't ready for it. So Ricochet took matters into his own hands, and that's what he decided to do. Ricochet versus AR Fox was a good match for sure. Ricochet gets the win as expected. Swerve got him after. Yep. What's good, Conrad? Ricochet had me rolling hard. AR Fox, yeah, scissor point. T-Ferg, for real. Same. Big match recap, I understand. Yeah, see, for some people they like it, some people don't. I see both sides of it too. It's just like, just imagine if you're in charge of it. It's very hard to please everybody, and like what works and what do you want. Ricochet versus AR Fox was a good match for sure. Yeah, due to his new heel tactics. Yeah, Ricochet is going to be fine as a heel. Getting into this, they go over the close-up with the Death Riders. They give you a snippet of it, but not the full thing, but enough to get what it was really about. Renee asked Moxley, where's the belt? Why are you holding it hostage? Moxley said, I am the championship. Look, this is AEW. This is what you have to go through to get the championship. It's me. And I really liked what they did with some of the stuff in this. I don't know. I still feel like people aren't buying into the Death Riders, though. Like, I thought it was a good close-up, but it was like good, but it's not enough to get people to buy in. So, yeah. Ricochet needs to visit the treehouse. He needs to chill out. That's a TNA joke for those who don't know. Going into after that, we get Daddy Magic. So speaking of things, this is something I liked on the show tonight. Shop AEW commercial. They said 30 seconds with Daddy Magic. He's out there and he's selling shirts. He's like, Rainmaker shirt, polyester, boom. He's throwing it up. He says, Darby Allin, pink hoodie. He throws it up. You like a baseball cap? You like baseball? Here's an AEW baseball cap. You don't play baseball? Forget about it. And he just goes through all the merch. And I said, that's a good job. That is him trying to sell merch. You need to have these wrestlers doing that. It's a good spot for them. And I thought Daddy Magic did an excellent job. I think he's been doing all right on commentary as well. So good spot for Daddy Magic. You got to let him be his crazy self, and you sold some merch in the meantime. I say thumbs up. No issue with it. I thought it was very smart to do that. Swerve had to damn near kidnap AR Fox to get away from Swerve. That's what we're doing now. Yeah, he's a punk, man. That's the point of Ricochet. He's running and hiding, but when he gets you, once it's time, he's going to do something horrible. Now we're waiting to see him get his comeuppance. I feel the Death Riders will be big blood and guts match later this summer. I just wonder if people will care if they don't have the championships, or are people going to still have the same like reaction to the Death Riders, you know? Sorry, I had to pause there for a drink of water. Another interesting segment. The New York Minute with Chris Jericho. I don't want to highlight anything that was said here because this is learning tree foolishness. Chris Jericho did something tonight that was interesting, and so did Big Bill. They were giving each other the side eye. Matt Lopez noticed it. I saw his Twitter post, X post, excuse me, and I noticed it too. I was like, Chris Jericho, Big Bill, is that the future matchup here? And I would like to think so. Brian Keith and Chris Jericho seem like they're still on the same page, but just watch the eye darting between those two throughout the segment. Don't let me down, Bill. Okay. And like I said, we had Hobbs in a segment earlier too, and Hobbs and Big Bill had a great segment on Collision. Go back and watch Collision again. Hobbs is out. I think they said it was a real. I think Fightful reported it, so I'm giving Fightful credit. It was a cut on Hobbs that they just wanted to make sure it heals right before they put him back in the ring, even though he said he wanted to tonight. They're like, let's let him heal up. So good call on keeping Hobbs out the ring. If that's what you felt was the best thing, cool. He still has a lot of momentum. So him and Big Bill, like, listen, let the big guys work, man. I'm telling you, people were really into their little brawling segments. So you've got something here. Don't mess it up. Go for it. While you're looking for things to work, you've got 2 stars, I think, right here on your hands that you could do something with. Yeah, Death Riders has so much potential in ways they could do it. Cray says Ricochet will work because it's truly him. I love it. You see the side eye. Absolutely. The learning tree equals cringe, but I do see a tease of dissension between Big Bill and Jericho. Yeah. So I'm on board with it. Like, if that's what you're going to do, I say do it. I'll take the heel turn at this point. Like, yes, I'm in. We go next to Switchblade, Jay White, and Wheeler Yuta, another third of the trios champions. I don't know when they're going to defend these trios belts. It's been a minute, but they're all here. Jay White's here, and I promise you tonight, I felt like they listened to me. So every time, you can ask Rob, virtual proof. I said, Wheeler Yuta, I miss his old theme. Right after that, instantly, it cut to Wheeler Yuta's theme. Wheeler Yuta's theme is so dope. It's a tribute to a famous wrestler from Japan, and I love that theme. It's one of my favorites on the AEW Fight Forever soundtrack. And Wheeler Yuta is out here doing his thing. This old Captain Planet mean hater. They wrestled a good match. I'll tell you this. Jay White gets the win with the Blade Runner. If you like good wrestling, you know to go see these two. Blade Runner gets the win. He's going for another one. Death Riders come out and they jump Jay White. Rated FTR hit the ring, and Dax comes out. Dax starts going off about, I'm tired of you guys. I don't even hate how you guys jump people. My issue with you is what your message is. And he basically then says, Dennis Condry's in the crowd tonight. And when you beat up people like the Rock and Roll Express, that's when I have a problem with you. And If you didn't know, Midnight Express and Rock and Roll Express, great rivals. And he brings that up. And what ends up happening from all of this? You guessed it. Dax makes a challenge for AEW Collision, a Mid-South street fight. He challenges the Death Riders to. So FTR versus the Death Riders Mid-South street fight. Okay. Let's see it. Let's brawl. That's what I'm talking about. It should be good. I've loved FTR's matches with, like, I think it was Claudio and Moxley. We know it's going to be Moxley and Yuta. We find out later on in the night, but I'm okay with this. Let's take it. Derek needs a triple threat match. He does. Legends of Tag Team Wrestling. Yes. 100% Deanna. So that's what we're getting. Some people are wondering, is Jay White getting the match with Moxley at Brisbane? Maybe they'll do that. I think Jay White needs to be in a big match, or you set up a big 8-man tag. I don't know. What would you guys be more interested in? Jay White challenging Moxley for the title, even though I feel like we know what Moxley's next match is going to be anyway. Or would you set up a big, like, rated FTR, Jay White going up against Yuta, Claudio, Moxley? Maybe you do like an elimination style tag, you know? You got to give them something different here. And that's something I said AEW should incorporate for a long time. Your 4-ways, always elimination. Your 3-ways, always elimination. Do it just like that, man. Give it that ECW flair to it. I don't see enough companies do that. I know people don't want to eat the pins, but it's a 3-way, man. You can say you got jumped. It's fine. You know? T-Ferg says 2 weeks ago during the women's casino gauntlet, TK should have put Marina Shafir in the match. Will she ever wrestle in the women's division? I think she will, T-Ferg. I think they're just waiting for the right moment to put it in. I don't think she needs to, though, because she's getting over just by the association. To me, she's the one who's benefited the most from the association with the group here. I almost called them the Blackpool Combat Club, the Death Riders. She's benefited the most from it, in my opinion. Like her character has changed. Like you could see it. Like what was Marina Shafir before this? Now you're like, no, she's in the Death Rider. She is taking people out. That's the purpose. Okay. People are saying Jay White Moxley in Australia is what they would rather see. Okay. Not bad. I'm 50-50 on both, so I'm fine either way. Back to it. Next up, we hear from the AEW Women's World Champion, Mariah May. I thought she cut a good promo here. She had brought up everything that had just happened. I don't have the updated Grand Slam graphics, but she went face-to-face with Toni Storm on Collision Homecoming. Mariah May came out there, and it was like reminiscent of when Toni basically was her when she first met Toni Storm, and Mariah May slaps her across the face, whips her with the championship belt, and when she's walking away, Toni yells out, "What makes you think I forgot?" And you hear the timeless Toni Storm voice, and she basically says the greatest thing an actress could do is play herself. And she changes out of the Toni Storm, the rookie gear, and into timeless Toni Storm. And she smears the lipstick, and I won't repeat what she said, but she said some crazy things. If you didn't see the segment, it was great. Like I said, this was happening at the same time as the face-to-face on Saturday night's main event. And I was a little more drawn to this one. If you ask me which one was more effective, I kind of lean towards this one. I thought this was great. I think this is your main event of the show. Honestly, like for Grand Slam, the main event should be Toni Storm, Mariah May, Grand Slam for the Women's Championship. That's the main event, right? No doubt about it, in my opinion. I loved it. Loved it, man. Buffalo Love. Appreciate it, man. Elimination tag would be fun. Let me type this right. Appreciate it. Get that title off Moxley, please. Chris, I hear you, brother. I hear you, bro. Cactus, I did like Mariah promo. She still gives me Tiffany Stratton vibes. I'm happy to know that Toni was faking. Yes. Matt Lopez called it about Toni Storm from the beginning. He said that this is going to be her playing herself. Cactus, I can't put your next comment up because that's what she said, and I'm trying to avoid saying that just for the the YouTube. The women should headline this story calls for it. Yes, absolutely. Timeless Tony Storm return happened too early in my eyes, but good segment. Craig, I think it's right on time. And the reason I say that is because this is where you're going to pay off the match. Like, hold on, I'm pulling up the media stuff here real quick. Look at how the poster's been sold from the beginning. Look who was on the poster way before this was even announced. I know it's not in that stadium anymore, but look, Timeless Tony Storm was front and center on it. Like you knew that had to be happening because you were selling it when she was still Timeless Tony Storm. I believe they dropped this at All In. So they basically told you, like, yeah, by that point, she'll be back. All right. Then I was just right before, so during the match, I was telling Rob, I'm like, man, speaking of things I missed, man, I missed the Guns. And I was like, I heard they were injured, but hopefully they're coming back soon. Right after, I was like, yo, they must be listening to me tonight. They show a video package for the Guns. I liked it. It was really good. And yeah, I was like, let's get it. It was amazing. They basically just teased that they're coming back. They showed the brothers running the ropes and what they were doing. I like it. I hope they're still with Jay White and Juice. I love the Bang Bang Gang. Like, I think they're a great faction. So looking forward to them returning. And I think they'll be top front runners for the AEW tag team titles. They showed pictures of them. They were missing that. And you never know. We might get that Many Men one more time. Many Men. Classic entrance for them. T-Ferg says, I hope Buddy gets a singles title at Grand Slam. Is it too soon for Mariah to drop the belt? No, Mariah's been champ since, what is it, August? It's been 5 months. She's good. I think it's time to do it. I say give it back to Timeless Tony Storm for a little bit. Happy the Guns are coming back. Me too, Matt. Me too. I do like that they're at least hyping it up and stuff as well. So going through here, sorry, I got to look at my tablet here. So for Collision, we have Hook and Samoa Joe versus Nick Wayne and Kip Sabian. The Learning Tree members Jericho and Brian Keith versus the Outrunners. We will also hear from Timeless Tony Storm on Saturday. We're going to get a TNT three-way for the championship. Daniel Garcia, Kyle O'Reilly, and Lee Moriarty, who is the pure Ring of Honor champion. Mox and Yuta versus FTR in a Mid-South street fight. And then we get a Hurt Syndicate promo. MVP speaking on their behalf, talking about how they became the tag champs. He paid respect to Private Party and just said, listen, we'll take on anybody, any place, anytime. And basically said, we are the Hurt Syndicate and we hurt people. That was the promo. Simple, but effective. Then we get the Vendetta. The Vendetta makes sense here. That is Deonna Purrazzo and her homegirl here, Taya Valkyrie. They are backstage and they are talking about what happened on Collision. Harley Cameron stuck her nose in the business, cost Deonna Purrazzo the match. This is why Yuka Sakazaki is facing Mercedes Mone for the TBS Championship tonight. She felt like it should be her. Harley Cameron is also trying to get a TBS Championship match down the line. So what are they going to do here? Vendetta says that they're going to come to Collision to, I'll say, greet Harley Cameron. They use different wording. I'll let you guys go back and watch that if you want to see that. But it was fun. So main event time. It's Mercedes Mone, Yuka Sakazaki, two of my favorites, actually. Like, I am a big fan of Yuka Sakazaki, and Mercedes Mone, fantastic in ring, like one of my favorite women's wrestlers of all time. And Yuka hit a beautiful merry-go-round slam in this. Lots of roll-ups in this from Yuka. They really made you think she had it a couple times, but Mercedes Mone is too good. She came out there in that American Gladiator gear and she was ready to put up a fight. She was jousting. And tonight she jousted for that win. She hits the statement maker. 1, 2, 3. Mercedes Mone retains. I'm not going to say it was like the greatest TBS Women's Championship match of all time, but I thought it was solid. And that's what I think for tonight's overall show. I thought it was a solid show. Mercedes got the main event. I know some people didn't like the recaps beforehand. For the before the main event, they went to commercial break with like five or 6 minutes left in the show, and then they came back from break, and then they got to the finish of the match. And they went a little longer. They gave him a few extra minutes after 10 o'clock, but I wasn't too upset with it. I thought that tonight's show was solid. Like I said, nothing to write home about, but also at the same time, I'm not going to be like, boo, hiss, this was god awful. Like, I can't believe I watched this. Like, nah, nothing like that. Mone versus Sam. Sam who? Yosemite? Who we talking about here, Quills? Hopefully I don't have it wrong. I'm happy Yuka got a big chance. Big fan of hers when she was in TJPW. Yeah, that's when I first saw her work. Yuka is tremendous. Collision's looking really good. Good counter programming for the Rumble. The Rumble's still going to be the Rumble, though. You know what I mean? I'm not even down in AEW for that. The Rumble's one of their better pay-per-views. Like there's not, or PLEs, excuse me. There's nothing that you could say about that. Like people just enjoy it. It's a fun show to watch with anyone. Even if you don't watch wrestling, like you could explain to someone what this is and why it's so much fun, and they might see someone they used to if they are an old school wrestling fan. But Collision looks good though. They put a lot of good stuff on here. I hope that they do fine. Like I said, I watch both. That's what I'm gonna do. I want more of Deanna and Taya. TK, please add a second women's match to the card. AEW has too much talent in the women's division. The problem is, T-Ferg, one of these divisions is always going to suffer, though, because I want the tag division to improve. But if you don't have a tag team match on, what are you going to do? That makes it tough, too. So Collision, I think, oftentimes will have two. It depends. It depends, honestly. But I do think the women's division is the top tier right now. Like I said, main event with Toni Storm and Mariah May. I think that's your main event. Mone and Sakazaki was a good match for the main event. Sakazaki was a good challenger, but we all know Yuka was not the end game. Mone retains. Absolutely. That was a typo. All good, Quills. All good. The Rumble is my favorite PLE, but I will be watching both Saturday. Yeah, absolutely, Matt. Like, I'll probably end up going back and watching Collision, or I'll have it on in the background and try and look at both, but nothing wrong with that. I'm going to enjoy both shows, and that's what it's going to be. That's why I'm here. This is why we're called Everything Pro Wrestling. It's fun. It's pro wrestling. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. That's the purpose of all this, man. Look, guys, I'm not going to hold you. I need you guys to be there for me and Hubs tomorrow, man. I'm going to put Hubs' channel up one more time. We're going to be live tomorrow night. Sean will have up all the stuff for us. We will be there. We're going to be doing some Royal Rumble talk. Come on in. Let's talk about your favorite Rumbles, whatever you guys want it to be tomorrow over on the Hubbard Wrestling Weekly channel. Special edition of Clash of the Podcast with our homie Jesse from the Pro Wrestling Shoot. They had a great talk about WWE 2K25 yesterday. I put up a video about WWE 2K25 as well. Go in, show some love. Check it out, man. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. Like I said, keep me in your thoughts, man. Hopefully things are good. Yes, Cray says shout out Triple H. Yes, Triple H being inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame this year. He's going to be the headliner for the WrestleMania class. So shout out to Triple H, man. Long decorated career in pro wrestling. I'm sure we'll have some stuff to say about that tomorrow on Sean's channel as well. And definitely on Monday, Clash of the Podcast 605 right here on Everything Pro Wrestling. Make sure you tune into us. But with that being said, let's get on out of here, man. I appreciate all of you guys. Thank you for checking us out here on Everything Pro Wrestling. We are out, and I will catch you all on the next one.